you are having a good day so far. Today we'll be doing our grade 1 English lesson on nouns. So we'll be doing our grade 1 English lesson on nouns. And before we start with our lesson on nouns, we're going to log into aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged into aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of language arts. And then grade 1. And then once we have selected the subject of language arts, grade 1, and then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of nouns. So we're going to basically find out what are nouns, right? And we're going to discuss nouns with examples, eh? So basically once again, our chapter is nouns. The subject is English, which is language arts. Grade 1. And the lessons that we are focusing on today under the chapter of nouns is to complete the sentence with a noun to match the picture. So we're going to complete the sentence with a noun to match the picture. And then we're also going to identify nouns within a sentence. So basically, a noun, right? It names a person, it names an animal, a place, or a thing, right? So that is a noun. So it names a person, animal, place, or thing, right? And these are basically just general nouns, right? That you name. Instead of being specific, we are just generalizing, right? So, for example, some nouns that names a person, right? This is now not the person's name. This is basically just saying either girl, boy, can even be mother, can be father, can be sister, brother, and so on. Those are nouns, right? It generalizes. So it basically just gives us a general name of a person, right? So which means that if we make mention of the mother, or you want to say something about the mom, then you maybe say that my mom or my mother or my father or my dad, right? And then we will identify either mother, father, dad, or mom as a noun, right? Or girl or boy as a noun. But this is not necessarily the name of a person, like the specific name of a person. So this is like a common general noun. Then some nouns, they name an animal. So this is basically any animal that is being identified. Like your cat, it's a dog, it's a duck, right? Basically a monkey, any animal that you identify, right? So it names also an animal. Then a noun, or some nouns, they name a place. So they name a place. And over here, they're also basically just making mention of general places, right? So this is not specifically saying, like for example, yeah, it says zoo, school, park, right? So this is not necessarily naming the zoo. It's just saying we're going to the zoo, right? So zoo is a noun. It doesn't necessarily have to say what zoo. For example, the Canadian zoo or the South African zoo or anything, right? The same with school. School is the name of a place. It's like I'm going to school. We don't necessarily have to say that we are going to Bishop Lavis Primary School, for example. We don't have to necessarily give the name of the school that you're attending. And the same with park. You don't have to say Greenpoint Park or whatever the name of the park is. All we can say is that we are going to the park and we're going to have a picnic. So those are nouns that names a place. Then some nouns, they name a thing. So they name a thing. For example, you have either a hat, a train, dresses are a thing, right? Shoes are things, balls are things. So those are basically, we call those nouns, right? So just to top it off again, a noun, it names a person, it names an animal, a place, or a thing. And we are also doing our tutorial lesson on A plus students.ca. So now let's go to A plus students.ca. So we see that the two lessons that we're going to be focusing on is to complete the sentence with a noun to match the picture and to identify nouns in a sentence. So we're going to the first lesson where we're going to complete the sentence with a noun to match the picture. So we need to complete the sentence to match the picture. So it says the girl has a What does the girl have in her hand specifically? The girl has a So if we Yes, so if we look at what the girl has in her hand, right, we can say that the girl has she has a pen, right? So the girl has a pen, and a pen is a thing, right? So pen is basically a thing that she has. Remember we said that a noun, it names a person, names a place, animal, or thing. So in this case, a pen, right? And a pen is a thing. And just before we continue, we see that a noun, it names a person, names an animal, it names a place, and it names a thing, all right? So it names one of those, right? And we see that some nouns that can name a person can either be a girl, it can be a boy, it can be a mother, father, grandma, or so on. Then some nouns, they name animals, right? For example, can be a duck, can be a cat, can be a dog, can even be a fish, right? So these are the nouns that some nouns can name animals. Then some nouns can name places. Can be park, can be zoo, can be school, can be the mall, right? These are things that you can basically name. It's places that you go to, even house. And then some nouns, they name a thing. So things can be either a hat, can be a train, it can be a ball, can be a dress, can even be a pen, right? So these are things that a noun names. And we looked at the picture and we see that the girl has a pin in her hand, and that is correct. So we need to complete the sentence to match the picture. The man has a what? What is he standing in front of? So we basically need to say what the man has. He does not have a hat. Yes, he's got a car, right? When you say a green car, then it means that the word green, it describes the car. It's like an adjective. So basically, we can just say that he has a car, but beautiful, a car. So we can say the man has a car. Wonderful. So yes, a green car will also work, but the word green is an adjective. And for now, we're just focusing on the nouns. So the man has a car. So the man has a car, and like you say, the man has a green car. If we look at the picture, what do you basically see in this picture? So what can you see in the picture? So we see a baby. What else? What else do we see? What does the baby have in his or her hand? So we basically see a baby, and we see the baby has a toy, right, in his or her hand. So now it says the baby has a what in her hand? So we can then say that the baby has either a toy or the baby has a shaker, right? Let's see, what do they say? Yes, the baby has a toy. So well done. Toy is correct. So the baby has a toy. Baby has a toy, and the toy is a thing. So the baby has a toy. All right, let's go to the next one. Look at the picture. What do you see in the picture? So what do we see in this picture? We're first going to identify the things that we see, then we will go based on what the question is. We see a dress, yes. And who has a dress on? So we see a monkey with a purple dress, right? So now the question is, the monkey has a what? What does the monkey have on? And we can say the monkey has a dress on. So the monkey has a dress, right? So the dress can be a purple dress or basically just a dress. So the monkey has a dress. So the monkey has a dress. Now look at what's happening in the picture. So what's happening within the picture? What do you see or who do you see in the picture? So we basically see a boy in the picture and he's either running or jogging. Yes. So now they want to know who runs. So who runs? So we can say the boy runs. So the boy runs, and we have identified the boy. So the boy runs. So we have the boy runs. So the boy or the, oh, it's the man. So basically, it can be the man, it can be the boy, right? They run. If we look at the picture, who is this? Which animal is this? So we can basically say the duck swims. So the duck swims. Yes, because we see a duck in the picture. So a duck. So we see the duck swims. So the duck is basically, it names an animal. And there we have a duck, yes. So now can we go to our test? All right, let's go to our test. So we're going to begin test. So now look at the picture, right? We need to match the pictures. So we need to complete the sentence to match the picture. So look at the picture that you see here in front of you. All right, so now we need to say who plays. Is it the girl plays, the bunny plays, the rock plays, or the kitchen plays? Who plays? So who is playing? Is it the girl plays, the bunny plays, the rock plays, or the kitchen plays? And then we can say it's the girl that plays. So we mentioned the girl plays. So we said the girl plays. And that is correct. So well done. Now it says we need to complete the sentence to match the picture. So who eats? Look at the picture. So who eats? Is it the squirrel eats, the man eats, the couch eats, or the kitchen eats? So we need to basically go back. So what eats, we can say it is, yes, it is the man that eats. So the boy has a what in his hand? Does the boy have a ball, a fan, a cat, or a phone? So the boy has a, does the boy have a ball? Does the boy have a fan, a cat, or a phone? So the boy has a what? Yes. So basically, it is very hot. So the boy has a fan to cool him off. And a fan is correct. If we look at this picture, right, the man has a what? Is it a car, a bike, a horse, or a donkey? So the man has a what? So we can say the man has a car. You don't have to say green car, blue car. We can just say the man has a car. So well done, car. And now if we look at this picture over here, if we look at this picture over here, the baby has a what in the baby's hand? So the baby has a toy. So it says here the baby has a book, bottle, toy, or ball. So it means that we can say the baby has a toy. So the baby has a toy. So toy, well done. Toy is correct. So now, what animal do we see here? So we basically see a dog, right? So the dog has a what? Does it have a dog? Oh, no, the what has a ball. What animal has a ball? Is it the dog, the cat, the child, or the basket? So we can basically see the dog, right? Has a ball. So well done. So we can say, if we look at the sentence, it is the, not even the sentence, the picture. This one has, the girl has a, does she have a flower? Does she have a cake? Does she have a pie? Or does she have dinner? So we can say the girl has a cake, right? Wonderful. So the cake is what the girl has. So well done. All right, so now we're going to identify nouns within a sentence. And we said a noun, it names a person, it names an animal, a place, or a thing, right? So we said a noun, it names a person, it names an animal, a place, or a thing. And if we look at this first sentence, right, it says, find the one noun. How fast is an airplane? So, how fast is an airplane? So, how fast is an airplane? Which means that if we identify the noun within the sentence, we can say it is airplane. An airplane is the answer. And in some nouns, it names a thing, right? But okay, so here it says find two nouns. A horse walked up the hill. So a horse walked up the hill. What are the two nouns that we can identify within the sentence. So we can say, remember, we need to find two. So the first one being the horse, and maybe we can say hill. Because I said the horse walked up the hill. So we identified the horse and we identified hill. The bird flew by. The bird flew by. What is the noun within that sentence? The bird flew by. The noun within that sentence. And if we identify the noun, and then we can say a bird. It flew by, but a bird. So now we're going on to our test. So how fast is an airplane? We need to name one noun. Which one is a noun within the sentence? So we need to find the noun, right? And if we find the noun, then we can say airplane is the noun. So we have identified airplane. So how fast is an airplane? And they had an airplane, right? So a horse walked up the hill. We need to choose two. And we said we chose horse and we chose hill, right? So now let's do a test. This is now where we identify nouns within the sentence. How big is your pocket? So is it how big is your or pocket. So now we need to find the one noun. How big is your pocket? And if we identify the noun, we can maybe say it's your pocket, right? So pocket, yes, pocket is our noun. Big, small, that basically describes the pocket. So pocket is our noun. We need to find one noun. Look at the clown. So is it look at the or clown? Remember, look is something that you're doing. So that is a verb. We need to identify the noun. And yes, if we identify a noun, it's the clown. It's the same as saying it's a girl, it's a boy, it's a clown. And the clown we have identified. The cat is sleeping. The cat is sleeping. What is a noun within the sentence? Is it my cat is sleeping? And we can say it's cat because it names an animal. Remember, it is a cat because it's an animal. Sleeping is something that he's doing, and if you are doing something, it means that it's a verb. Yes, it's a cat, right? So, cat. Let's do one more. The rabbit hopped away. Remember, a noun names an person, place, animal, or thing. So, in this case, the rabbit hopped away. What hopped away? Or who hopped away? So we can then say the rabbit, because rabbit is a noun. All right. So now that is the end of our lesson on nouns, right? And we see the noun, it names a person, names a place, it names a thing, and it names an animal, right? So thank you very much for grade ones for joining our class on nouns. And I really hope you're going to have a good day further. Goodbye.